And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Chicago Cubs going up against the Chicago White Sox. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. Pretty decent win streak on the line in this one, Chris.
This team has been doing all the little things right now. Being able to hit in situations and hit with runners in scoring position. When you look over the course of a long season, if you're going to be successful, it's doing the little things right.
All right, just about ready for baseball. And on the mound in this one, Lucas Giolito.
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see that from him in this one today.
The pitch. Bo Bichette in now, takes ball one off the plate. And the 1-0. Foul ball there. The wind of the pitch. Bounce to the right. Andrews whips it to first. And Bichette is retired.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 11.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Homered last night, added another hit as well. You know, we talk so much about how guys prepare for a start. For Giolito, one of the things that's really cool, he actually uses scouting reports and then plays MLB The Show to execute how he's going to go about attacking hitters. The 1-0. And another ball. So the night before his start, he effectively goes over the lineup he anticipates he's going to face and plays the game. So he goes through an entire opposing lineup on MLB The Show, utilizing his own scouting report the team provided. One down, base is empty. And a swing and a miss there. For Giolito, it actually is an idea that kind of came together with his buddy Max Fried. They played together in high school in Los Angeles, and they're not sure who started it first, but in 2019, they each began to go over scouting reports using MLB The Show. 2 up, 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Now here's Giancarlo Stanton, 4th on the National League RBI leaderboard. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And a pitch. There's a strike. Giancarlo Stanton, who won the National League MVP in 2017 and then was traded immediately to the New York Yankees.
Yeah, the last 2 players to win the MVP and then be traded were both traded to the New York Yankees. Alex Rodriguez, Giancarlo Stanton.
Here comes a pitch. And that's in the dirt. Chris, and remember, Giancarlo Stanton won the 2016 Home Run Derby at Petco Park.
Yeah, he made that place look like a wiffle ball field.
Up the middle. Andrews throws the first, and they take care of Stanton for the out. And that's the 3rd out. And the Cubs are down in order. Now it's the White Sox turn. It's a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the Show. Welcome back. And today's starting pitcher, Joe Ryan. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Boog, last time out, picked up his 15th win of the year. He's been really putting things together at the perfect time. We'll see if he can go out there today and, more importantly, get a win for the team.
Bottom of the first. Here's Tim
Leading
Anderson.
off for the White Sox, the shortstop, Tim Anderson.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Ryan, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a splitter, a curve, and occasionally mixes in the slurve. And the 0-1. Hard hit, right side. Tosses to first. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting second, the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Andrew Benintendi steps up, 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Pitch misses inside, ball 1. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
And 1-2. And now it's 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. And a 1-2 again. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Two down, nobody on.
Ball in.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. And the count's even at 2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Next offering is fouled back.
The idea was right, looking to locate that fastball up and in. He just missed his spot a little bit.
Next offering upstairs. And a pitch. Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Chi Sox held in check here. We played an inning. No score. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field. All set for the start of the inning. And now the first baseman, Kyle Schwarber. Chris, when you think of Kyle Schwarber, how about the impact in the playoffs? He's hit some iconic home runs. The one on top of the Wrigley Field scoreboard in the division series against the Cardinals in 2015. And then in 2022, 488 feet off Yu Darvish. It set a Petco Park record for distance. And the right-hander deals. There's a swing and a miss.
Well, he's got what we call light tower power. And even when you have a guy like Bryce Harper on your team and you wow him with the home run, that says a whole lot.
And that's down and away.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And now it's even up. The punch out there, 1 away.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Now it's Devers at the plate. Tons of pop. Right now he's 3rd in the National League in homers. First offering, and it just misses. Righty delivers. That one misses, and the count is 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. And it's gone. Home run. Rafael Devers rounds the bases. His 29th of the season. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Trey Turner now. What a season it's been for him. He has supplied a lot of power and that average. There's a strike. Giolito certainly has electric stuff, considered by many to be a strikeout pitcher. He might not be at the top level in that category, but strikeout's a big part of his game. The next pitch misses, and now it's even 1-1.
And he doesn't beat himself. I mean, he's going to throw strikes. He's not going to issue many free passes, and he's going to keep the ball in the ballpark.
Next offering upstairs.
So when you look at that, he's not completely preventing guys from hitting home runs, but he's so consistent that you look up. By the time he gives the ball over, it's the 6th or 7th inning, and there's 1 or 2 runs on the board at most.
2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. And he deals. 3-2 now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Ryan Reynolds in the box now. No balls and a strike. Next one misses, and that is ball one. The pitch. And down on strikes he goes, and the inning is over. And welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the right fielder, Gavin Sheets. And a pitch. This one popped up. Bichette settles under it. Hauls it in for the out.
Batting fifth, the second baseman, Elvis.
Here's Elvis Andrus. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. And first offering is fouled off. Kicks and deals. Now 1-1. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson to some boog, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right? Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Got him looking for the strikeout. Called strike three on a fastball up in the zone.
Already 3 strikeouts here in the early part of the start, so I think the guys further down in this lineup might need to take notice, take some notes, share some information. Got to bring a better plan to the plate, or else it's going to be a really difficult game. Disrupt this pitcher, do something to get him out of his rhythm.
Andrew Vaughn now. Ball one, no strikes. Two outs. On the ground to third. Fires over to Schwarber, and that is the inning. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. They're down 1-0. New inning getting started, and here's the DH for the Cubs, Stephen Kwan. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
First offering misses the mark. When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss. And now 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
And a foul ball. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. Got him looking for the K. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
And the batter now, Jack Groshans.
0-1.
Swing and a miss as he was late. And that one is lifted in the air. Robert moves under it. Hauls it in for the out.
Up next to the Cubs, the shortstop,
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Here's a fun fact on Lucas Giolito. He and his former high school teammate Max Fried both will take a scouting report the night before their start and then go through it by playing MLB The Show. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. 0 for 1 so far. And a foul ball. Ramirez, an all-star a season ago, 30 years old now, and he's usually a third baseman, but today starting in the outfield. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, this probably feels like a day off a little bit, going from that hot corner where you got to be on your toes every single pitch to being able to relax a little bit and have more time to react in the outfield.
The 0-2. And ball one.
2 strikes.
And the righty deals. That one misses. Ball 2. Bichette, the runner at first with 2 gone. Got it by him for the K.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
Here on the south side as we go to the last of the third. Now it's the White Sox catcher, Seby Zavala. Yeah, the right-hander back to work. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And here it comes. Called strike right there. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Next one misses And the count is 2-2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
And now Yohan Moncada. Moncada bats left, throws right in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he was born in Cuba. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Outside of the United States, Cuba has more players and representatives in Cooperstown than any other country. Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic are close behind.
Gets under it and pops it up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he just doesn't seem like things are in sync. And the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
Here's Kike Hernandez. And that's downstairs and outside. Right-hander kicks, deals. And a swing and a miss.
They just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. That's back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. Nothing doing for the White Sox. They still trail 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Giancarlo Stanton. Giolito back to work. Good eye right there.
You know, these Cubs showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Swings and misses. Going to count 1 and 2.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Next pitch is outside. This one in the air, center field. Robert moves under it and puts the squeeze on that one. 1 up, 1 down.
The first baseman, number 12.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Struck out swinging his first time. What a year 2022 was for Kyle Schwarber. He won the Silver Slugger, led the National League with 46 home runs. The only guy in the majors that hit more home runs than him singing was Aaron Judge. The 1-0. That misses off the outside edge.
Yeah, and that mechanics adjustment that he made in 2021 with the Nationals, as we saw it start to pay off then, really took flight in 2022 with the Phillies. And every time he swung the bat, it seemed like there was going to be good contact in the strike zone. One of those bats that just seems like it's in the zone for a long time.
Here's a 3-0. Chris, one of the other things to consider in terms of his adjustments with the Nationals, his hitting coach in Washington was Kevin Long. Well, Kevin Long ended up being the Phillies hitting coach in 2022. That's in there. That's strike 2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The wind and the pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
Up next,
Devers now. He's already homered in this one.
Rafael Devers.
And that's a strike. And it's 1-1. And there's a ball. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup. Cubs are down quietly, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Tim Anderson.
The shortstop, Tim Anderson.
The right-hander back to work. Ball 1, no strikes.
You know, these White Sox, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
2 balls, no strike.
Good hitters count the 2-0. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. That one in for a strike. 2-2. The wind of the pitch.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Benintendi to the plate. Went down on strikes his first time through. Next pitch is popped up. Devers makes the catch. 1 down.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Luis Robert now caught looking his first time up. That one's in there. 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Edge of the zone for a strike. 0-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Anderson leads off first with 1 away. Got him looking for the strikeout. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3. So he gets the call and picks up the strikeout looking.
Sometimes with a good hitter at the plate, he'll be the one to get the benefit of the doubt if he lays off on a close pitch like that, but just not right there. Strike zone definitely expanded a little bit with 2 strikes.
And next to hit for the Sox, Gavin Sheets. First time up was a pop out. And misses inside. The White Sox yet to pick up a hit here. Next offering is in for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Here's a 1-1. Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him. That's the inning. So a man left for the White Sox. They trail here 1-0. Welcome back. Here's Trey Turner.
The second baseman, Trey Turner.
And the pitch. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. And a strike in there. And 1-2. And that skips in the dirt.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Next offering in the dirt. And now it's 3-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. That one hit to right. Sheets has this one sized up, and it's caught for the out.
Now batting, the center fielder,
Brian Reynolds here. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Inside, just missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
The pitch. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. The wind of the pitch. Off the mark there. And that's ball 3.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
The 3-1. And he walked him.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Man at first with 1 gone. And next for the Cubs, Stephen Kwan. He's 0 for 1. Stephen Kwan is making a name for himself. He won the College World Series playing at Oregon State. He played along with Adley Rutschman and Nick Madrigal, and he took home a Gold Glove his first year in the majors, 2022.
We're going to talk about a guy who makes great contact. Hard to throw it past him. He does not swing and miss very often.
Kicks and fires. There's a strike. Yes, Singy, he went 116 pitches before his first swing and miss in the majors. Amazing. Ball to strike. The pitch. He swings and fouls one off. The 1-2. In the dirt.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate, and people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Now the Cubs catcher, Jack Groshans. Flied out his first time. Hard ground ball, base knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Now batting, shortstop,
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. 1 for 2. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Reynolds on second. Groshans at first. 2 out of the inning. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. And now 1 and 2.
It's a good take.
Bounce to the left side. Moncada tossed to first. And Bichette is retired. 3rd out. Cubs strand a couple. They lead it 1-0. Back here on the south side. Now it's the second baseman, Elvis Andrus.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just 1 shy of that milestone.
The wide to kick the pitch. That's a little bit low. That one's in there. That's strike 1. And a pitch. And that's in for a strike.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Got him swinging.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Andrew Vaughn steps to the plate for the White Sox. He's 0 for 1. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Right through there for a strike. Next pitch misses way outside. And that's in for a strike. The White Sox still looking for their first hit in this one. Fly ball to right. Stant should have this one. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, catcher,
Seby Zavala steps to the plate for the White Sox. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Righty to the plate. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Now batting.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
2 outs, runner at first. Yoan Moncada with a chance to hit. 0 for 1 with a fly out. That misses the zone. Ball 1.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
And he deals. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Ramirez puts the squeeze on that one, and that's the inning. The White Sox leave one, still behind by a count of 1-0. And welcome back. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now the left fielder, Jose Ramirez. Here comes a pitch. That misses. 1-0. Bullpen activity starting up now. Joe Kelly preparing to come on if needed. Bummer, a left-hander, also throwing. And the 1-0. And that one wrapped foul.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Next offering is downstairs. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Here's a 2-2. Upstairs.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Righty delivers. Swung on and fouled off. And he'll need a new bat. The kick, the 3-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The pitch. Line drive. Caught.
Up next to the Cubs, the right fielder,
Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Stanton measures 6 feet 6 inches, 245 pounds, and he's a former home run derby champ. Now the 0-1. Late swing, fouled off. Oh, 0-2 now. That one missed. Check swing, tried to hold up, now an appeal to first, and he held back according to Larry Bullard. The pitch. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
now batting. The first base.
So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Kyle Schwarber, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Kyle Schwarber, a guy with prodigious power. He's made a couple all-star teams, won a Silver Slugger, an Ohio kid who played his college ball at Indiana. He's one of the better power hitters in the sport. Left-hand batter waits. There's a strike at the knees. 0-2 now.
A special player and a special just human being. And for many years, you and I, being around the Cubs, could understand quickly after we met Schwarber why Jed Hoyer and Theo Epstein seemed like they would never part ways with him.
Left field, way back there. Benintendi going back on this one. Caught just shy of the wall. So they go quietly there. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Cubs 1 and the White Sox nothing. Enrique Hernandez getting ready to hit. His righty-lefty splits there.
Hernandez.
Ryan back to work.
Ball 1.
The 1-0. This to third. Zips it to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind it with another ground ball. Good execution.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Tim Anderson.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Swinging a foul straight back. Anderson, multi-time All-Star, 29 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2013. Next offering is fouled back. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Gosh, here it is headed. 3-pitch strikeout. All fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Andrew Benintendi up to the plate. Pitch is in there. Strike 1. Two outs. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And a swing and a miss. That's his second strikeout. Shy Sox held in check here, and it remains 1-0. New arm out of the bullpen, Aaron Bummer.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, one-run game, and here is Devers. He's already homered in this game. The pitch. And that's in there at the knees.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike 1. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
And Devers hits that one. This looks like extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Trey Turner at the plate. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Devers leads off second with nobody out. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Bummer deals. Ripped to right, base hit. Devers headed home. He'll score easily, and they lead by 2.
Well done. Drives in the run. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Brian Reynolds, the next Cub to hit. And that is in for a strike. 0-1. No outs. Runner on second. And a foul ball left side. And a swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Man, it's so difficult as a hitter to get on plane with that pitch. It's breaking down and in, and you've got to find a way to match the plane. And if it's nasty like that one, bite at the end, most times you're swinging over the top and walking back to the dugout.
Stephen Kwan, the next Cub to hit. There's a strike. Runner at second here, one gone. Kwan checks his swing. Appeal down to third. No swing. Gary Simmons with the call. And a 1-2. In the dirt, blocked. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball's gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now he's only 90 feet away from scoring.
Left-hand hitter waits. On the ground. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Not in time, and that'll score a run.
Comes through with the RBI. Shortened up the swing and went right back up the middle.
Now at the plate, Jack Groshans. First pitch just misses. Still only one out here in the inning. And now 2-0.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Line drive. And that's a fair ball. Kwan around second, headed for third.
That's back-to-back singles for him. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
New pitcher now, Davis Martin.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Bo Bichette, 1 for 3. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And a 1-1. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for home. In there safely. And they're up by 4.
Sometimes that can be a little tough to score on. It was hit so hard that getting back to the bag to tag takes a little bit of time by the time that outfielder catches it. But a really good job of getting that run in from third.
And next for the Cubs, Jose Ramirez. He has, as they like to say, light tower power. Not a big guy, but a big swing and thunder in that bat. That one finds the corner. That's strike 1. And a pitch. That one's in there. No balls, 2 strikes.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Good eye right there.
0-2 count. You got the opportunity to expand the zone. Couldn't get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2. And a ball evens the count.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
The 2-2. Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Cubs 4 and the White Sox nothing. Back at guaranteed rate field, bottom of the 7th, and now it's Luis Robert.
Luis Robert.
And a pitch. That one in there across the letters. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Riley Thompson throwing and getting ready for David Ross. The pitch. That one missing inside. In for a strike, and it's 1-2. Right-hander kicks, deals. That one just misses. And here it comes. Out towards right center field. Reynolds trying to get there. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 away. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Gavin Sheets. And that is cut on and missed. Strike 1.
So far, this guy's been able to tease the strike zone, gets those swings and misses. Somebody's going to have to shorten up, be a little more patient, and make this guy work in the zone a little more.
And now the 0-1. There's a strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Pitch misses.
Nope,
1-2 the count. Just off the outside part of the plate.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Smoked on the ground to second. Slings to first. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Elvis.
And here is Elvis Andrus. First pitch, and he just misses. And the right-hander deals. Clips the corner, and the count even at 1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. Down in order go the White Sox. They're down 4-0. We go to the 8th. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. And a little something extra at stake in this at bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. And the right-hander back to work. Ball 1 there.
You know, these Cubs, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Here's a 1-1.
Ball that time.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. In the dirt. And they take care of Stanton for the out.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
Now it's going to be Kyle Schwarber.
1-0.
And the first offering is not close. And that's in for a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. and misses. It's a strikeout.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the third time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
Devers stands in now and watches strike one.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
And that one is lifted in the air. Sheets under it. Puts the squeeze on that one, and that'll end the inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. They lead 4-0. On to the bottom of the 8th, and here's the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn.
The first baseman.
The White Sox in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
The wind of the pitch. That one catches the zone, and it's 0-1. Ryan still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
Oh, 2 now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
Next pitch misses, and that's ball 3. Back to work, 3-2 now. Set down on strikes. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday, another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Sebi Zavala. And that one ripped to left. He's got it, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the White Sox, the third baseman.
Here is Yoan Moncada.
Moncada.
Into center. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is that. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Here on the south side, here's Turner now.
The second baseman, Trey Turner.
Martin back to work. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Righty to the plate. And there's a foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Here's the 0-2. And that's outside.
2 strikes.
Swing and a ball popped up, and that'll fall for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
Next to hit, Brian Reynolds. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Turner on at first, nobody out. That one misses, and now 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
Turner runs. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close. There's the strike. 3-1. Runner at second. Nobody out. It's off his chest. Turner around third. He'll score. It's 5-0. And he beats it. He's safe.
Everything came together for him. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
So digging in, Stephen Kwan. Next pitch is popped up. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
The batter, the catcher, Jax Groshans.
Now the Cubs catcher, Jax Groshans.
Showed a really nice opposite field approach in his last at bat.
And takes low for ball 1. 1 out and a runner at second. Next one off the plate inside. 2-0. Just missed. Three-0 down. And a strike. At the belt and fires. Back to the mound. Nice grab to first. A heck of a play from his knees.
Well, you can see right there, he looks very comfortable going to the backhand. Nice diving stop, gets up to complete the play. That'll fire the boys up for sure.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Bo Bichette. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. Two outs and one in scoring position. Oh, and the zone doesn't get the call. And it's a ball and a strike. Kicks and fires. And a count 1-2. And the pitch. And now 2-2. Right-handed reliever. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the ninth coming up, and we'll see if he can complete the shutout after the break. Back here at the ballpark, all set for the bottom of the ninth. And now the DH, Enrique Hernandez.
Hernandez.
The right-hander back to work. Ground ball left side. Slings it across, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Now batting, the shortstop, Tim Anderson.
So the batting order turns over. Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Tim Anderson. Just missed.
Counts 1-0.
Liner snagged at first.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
White Sox down to their final out. And next to hit for the Sox, Andrew Benintendi.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cubs get a shutout on the mound.
Really incredible performance on the mound. You know he's going to stew a little bit over that one hit that he gave up, because when you look at the body of work, so dominant. If he'd have made just one better pitch, perhaps he'd have a no-hitter.
5-0 the final in this one. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi saying so long from the south side of Chicago.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. For the White Sox, no runs, just 1 hit, no errors. They left 2 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 50.